Check, check, mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, surprisingly enough, we have an early morning stream. Excuse me. Ignore the fact that I am up early and that I did not sleep and I had just finished packing. And that I had streamed not even 8 hours ago. Yeah. I don't even know who's gonna be up to watch this right now. Like, I made no announcements. I don't really intend to do any announcements with this thing. Cool. Everything looks like it's fine. I don't think I'm really gonna do a recording to this. Nah. What I will do is this, though. Cool. At the least, I got a morning stream going on. This is a new one. Alright, before we begin, Shadow of Gaming is rated M for mature and intended for such audiences. Possible contents include mature sensitive themes, fantasy violence, topics and discourse, and things, and language. All interactions during live streams are unscripted, and viewer discretion is advised. Thank you.
Alright. Hey everybody. Hey Guardians. Welcome. My name is Dylan. I'm going to be your host today. And happy 11-year anniversary to Destiny 1's launch. I wanted to make sure to cover that at the very top because it's kind of mind-melting. 11 years of Destiny. Had no idea we'd be here. Today we have a ton to talk through, so we're going to rush through this. No, we aren't going to rush. But we have Renegades. We have some really cool stuff to talk about that's going to be coming in December. We have a wonderful update from our development team. We've been listening, we're looking at your feedback, and we actually have some plans that are coming together right now to address it since Edge of Fate launched. And then we also have, on the second half of the show, we're going to be looking at Ash and Iron. We'll have a bunch of devs on the couch. We're going to talk about the activities, the loot, and potentially a new exotic that you might have been asking about. So, without further ado, Robbie, how you doing? Welcome back to the couch.
Hey Dylan, it's great to be here. And like you were talking here in the intro, like we've got some really big changes coming based on all the feedback we've been getting from the Edge of Fate that we'll talk about right after we give a little bit of a first look at Renegades here. And that's why we got our laptops, right? There's a lot to get through.
All right, I'm excited for this. I'm actually going to do a reaction stream. Hold on.
So we've been hard at work on collaborating with our friends at Lucasfilm Games to make something that is like unmistakably Star Wars, but authentically a Destiny story and experience. And so today we get to start pulling back the curtain on that.
And I'm going to embrace my inner Scarrow and ask, Robbie, is there a Vidoc?
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
sweet.
all asked for it. You're going to get it. We're about to play a Vidoc that is our first look at the Lawless Frontier. You're stepping into a world of criminals, shady deals, with an arsenal at your disposal that you'll only be able to find within a black market here that's emerged within Seoul. And so, yeah, let's take our first look at Renegades.
Sweet! Let's go, baby! Renegades! Let's go Star Wars DLC! Let's go!
Seeing how stunningly Star Wars it felt was
Oh!
electric.
I just jumped into that walker and I just annihilated the encounter.
Yes!
Squeezing that trigger and feeling that blaster just go off, it was like a whole new world opened up for me.
There's something really special here that we haven't really done in Destiny before.
That ignition, that hiss, that sound.
Yes!
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Oh shit, it's the Sarlacc pit. Let's go! Let's go!
We begin in the shadow of a prophecy that says our end is already written. It's here we draw a line in the sand, where we start the long journey to fight our fate. In Renegades, Guardians infiltrate a criminal underworld to save a friend whose past has caught up with him and disrupt the rise of powerful new enemies.
Oh,
In
sweet.
special collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, we took inspiration from Star Wars to craft a one-of-a-kind Destiny story.
Oh,
Renegades redefines what an expansion can be. It brings the grit, guns, and glory of a space western to Destiny. But Renegades isn't just about power. It's about what you're willing to risk to change the future.
at last. More gunslinger action.
The folks at Lucasfilm were such great collaborators. They understood that in order for this to work, we had to find where the Venn diagram of our two stories meet. Themes of underdogs rising up against something much larger than themselves. Themes of hope. Those little places in that Venn diagram were the ones that really helped us find the story that we want to tell together.
If you look at Star Wars and you
Oh
look
my
at Destiny,
God,
you can kind of see that
it's a
parallel
Sarlacc.
that exists. So for instance, our Dredgen, they're our Sith.
Pretty Sithy.
Yep.
And then you've got the Barrett Imperium, and they are very, very Empire-like.
Yes.
They have a huge appetite for
Oh,
expansion.
that's beautiful. I like
I
that.
think of the Praxic Order. There are Jedi in this release, and they are very focused
Yes!
on order and law and
Yes, we're
understanding
working
that
with
there's
Honor!
good in our universe
I
and
hope!
evil. We get to poke at that a little bit in a way that suits our story and our world, while still feeling very much like the inspiration that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big pass forward into the future. We know of this prophecy now that tells us that we need to bind the Nine or we face extinction. And Drifter was there on Kepler. He saw all of this.
Not running from this one.
Drifter is convinced that there's a connection between the Nine and the rise of this new faction, the Barrett Imperium. He sees them rising at an unnaturally fast rate and is insistent that there's a problem.
Cool.
But the Vanguard isn't listening. They're insisting that he needs to stand down.
The cool thing about this criminal underworld is you and Drifter and your crew, you come in at the bottom, and at the top, there's the Barrett Imperium. You need to work with all these crooked criminal syndicates in between. Earning
Oh!
your power, building up the notoriety, getting the gear that you need to take down that powerful Imperium at the top.
Oh!
There's a weapon.
Oh!
That the Barrett Imperium have made.
Oh,
and
holy
we
art
need to be the
design.
ones to destroy
Beautiful.
it. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we work with exactly the kind of people that we normally fight. So we're going to head out to the Lawless Frontier, and one job at a time, we're going to take down the Imperium.
Whew! Alright.
The Lawless Frontier is filled with big, chaotic, cooperative activities. You're going to choose the job, you're going to choose which renegade abilities you're going to take into those jobs, and then you're going to drop into the action with your team to smash up those objectives.
Oh, is that
get as many
Venus?
riches and treasures as
Venus
you
is
can,
back
and
at
get
last!
Or die trying.
Europe was relevant
To do
again.
that, you're going to go to the
Extraction!
Lost Frontier map. You'll see Mars, Europa, and Venus with swamps that are very reminiscent of Dagobah. There's some hints of Hoth in Europa, right?
Yeah.
Of both Star Wars and Destiny, like Mars, which is some pits that are very reminiscent of Sarlacc pits, and you don't want to fall into them.
We're going back to
These are
Mars.
Destiny locations,
That's
which
why
just
they haven't
take
brought them back
inspiration
properly.
from some of these iconic places in Star Wars.
Let's say we go to Mars, and you're gonna pick a bounty hunting job for the Fallen to take out some Cabal. And then you either matchmake with people online, you take a crew with you,
hi.
you play solo. Every time you drop in, you might be in a different location on the map.
Mind me,
It's gonna
I'm
be a little different
in
each time, and
go
also
mode
might be
right
different
now
day, so there's a lot
for
of
Destiny
variety
stuff.
and richness within
So,
these activities.
pardon me.
Replayable. Along the way, we're going to throw a bunch of curveballs. You might run into a missile tower that's trying to take you out from halfway across the map. And you have to like divert and take it out, and you get some extra credits out of that. Defeat your boss, get to the exfil with whatever time you've got left. Call your ship in. All hell drops in on your head from the Cabal. Your ship flies in. You hop aboard, and you got to exfil.
Okay, so they're
Over the
testing.
course
They're doing
of the
testing
campaign
grounds
and deep
for.
into the post game of Renegades. You're going to be unlocking and earning a bunch of different Renegade abilities.
We got things like airstrikes, Cabal drop pods,
Beautiful.
vehicles like the Cabal walkers,
I like this.
interceptors, swoop bikes.
Swoop bikes, you say?
We've got 9 abilities, 7 upgrades. There's a ton of stuff you
Hell
can bring
yes.
in and just change how things play.
It's like a tech tree of options.
It's like a whole tree of options across support, defensive, and offensive abilities. So the player's going to have a lot to play with here.
The Lawless Frontier isn't just about raw power. It's about influence. Shady backroom deals, working for these powerful syndicates and against them at different times. And all of this takes place at the heart of the criminal underworld in Tharsis Outpost.
Hub world! Hub world!
They've been off saving the world, and they haven't been looking at Tharsis. It's changed a lot since the last time we were there.
It's now this thriving black market, this criminal underworld. Tharsis Junction became Tharsis Outpost. If you have an unsavory job that you need done, you can find it at Tharsis Outpost.
Tharsis Outpost feels appropriate for both Star Wars and for us. When we
This
looked
is
at
so
Marvel's
outlaw, and I'm
we
here
knew
for
that
it.
We could play in that playground in a really fun way. From the ghosts that you'll see floating around to one Elixni with all 4 of his Elixni arms shaking up drinks. We took that inspiration and we found the Destiny spin on it. Criminal syndicates have moved in.
You're working with the syndicates. You are building your notoriety with them.
The 3 different syndicates that we created, we're going to be dealing with. The Pikers are Elixni. They're kind of like an anarchist biker gang.
Sweet.
Unlike other Elixni,
They're very
atheists.
cyber.
They don't worship machines. They follow relics. We've also got the Totality Division, a subset of the Barrent Imperium. They're run by Scions, and their enforcer Rao is going to be the leader of this group.
All
And
right.
we've got Tharsis Reformation. They are a breakaway group from Maya's Vex. They're starting to think for themselves and figure out what it means to be an individual.
They're starting to do
Sentient
crime. You know,
Vex! Fuck
And
yes!
clothes are what all individuals do. We need to have new people to fight and new people to root for. And this was our opportunity.
Hell yes.
At
I'm
the heart
so
of the Renegade fantasy is not just surviving the Lawless Frontier. It's garnering influence and building your power so that you can bend it to your will.
In the end game, we get the best weapons, the best armor, the coolest exclusive cosmetics. You're going to need to work with the syndicates to increase your notoriety by completing jobs successfully alone or with a crew, and then doing so you'll unlock our highest risk, highest reward jobs, and at the same time you're going to have the ability to do the special job that'll take you off planet to the dungeon. And you'll also unlock Invasion.
That's right, Invasion is back. But this doesn't work like Gambit. It's opt-in, the invader has some initiative when Invasion begins. This is more strategic.
Yes.
You scan the battlefield.
More
and like, is this
Gambit,
the right
yes.
time for me to take the shot? And what's the right tool for me to do it? Do I use an airstrike or a vehicle? Do I use a Cabal walker?
Just watch out for that double cross.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Good. Good.
Renegades marks the Guardian's descent into a criminal underworld. A world of shadows and syndicates, where your light and your choices will cut a path forward. You'll fight dirty, break the rules, and build a hardened crew that can take on any job, standing up to the most ruthless syndicates in the system.
Oh, yes. We get a lightsaber, baby!
Even in the darkest corners of this world, there's still a glimmer of hope. Guardians will have to find their own version of balance between loyalty and survival, between power and purpose. Because there's more at play than credits and contracts. Forces are on the move, ones that see you not just as a player, but as a piece on the board.
Ooh.
To change the future, you'll have to become the one thing they never saw coming.
Start the engines. Take off as soon as you can.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, let's go. Yes. I'm so in. I'm
All right,
so in.
welcome back. Sorry,
I'm
I
so in.
love Vidocs. I gotta stop looking at chat. Let's get the show on the road. So pre-orders for the new Renegade Standard Edition start right now. And we actually have some added bonuses. Even if you pre-ordered the, what do we got? Year of Prophecy Edition, we have 2 additional cosmetics that are going live today with the patch. The Starside Introduction Emblem and a new exotic ship, which we call the Renegade Leader. You're going to see it on the screen.
Ah, okay. I see what they did there.
What are we looking at?
I mean, I think we're kind of looking at something that looks like an X-Wing here a little bit, maybe a little red leader action. So,
It's kind of
I
an
mean,
X-Wing.
This is one of our homages, right? That's the team had a lot of fun with.
That's
so we wanted
beautiful.
to build like an iconic ship villain that kicked off the road to Renegades here over the next few months. And what's cool about this is you're actually going to see your ship, whatever ship you have equipped, that's going to be flying by when you deploy your Renegade abilities in the Lawless Frontier. And also, you're going to be using your ship to go between different areas within the Plaguelands here in the Reclaim activity that's launching today as well.
Awesome. So with, pre-orders talked about, let's dive into the Vidoc. Robbie, where are we starting?
Yeah, so I think it's like probably best. There's so much like to do a really kind of quick overview of what we looked at here. So Renegades thrust you and your crew into the heart of a lawless frontier that's emerged around Mars, Europa, and Venus, all new locations across those places. And you're trying to keep up with Drifter, ultimately, who's chasing startling visions of calamity and rumors of a powerful new Cabal faction that's rising, the Baron Imperium. That Imperium's installed themselves as top dog in the criminal underworld, and Drifter's convinced that the Nine is involved with the Imperium's rapid growth. It wouldn't be the first time the Nine have meddled in the background and done some crazy things with Cabal-related enemies. Anyway, so to deal with the Imperium, you're going to take on the role of a renegade. As a Guardian, you're going to smuggle, sabotage, bounty hunt your way to the top of the lawless frontier, and that means you're going to be working with the shady syndicates to build your influence within Tharsis. But ultimately, like, this is for the right reason. You're being the bad guy to do the right thing because you can't really ignore this prophecy of extinction that showed up at the Edge of Fate. Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned Drifter. We have a pretty stellar cast here, and there was a new character that we showed off in there.
Yeah, we showed one of our new characters. That's a new member of your crew who comes from the Praxis Order, actually. And they've been tasked with tracking down reports of dredging activity across the lawless frontier. And they've also been tasked with keeping an eye on Drifter because he's been seeing and saying some crazy stuff lately. And this is all being done in defiance of the Vanguard, so this Praxis Order is kind of here to kind of be oversight.
We have the Inquisitors now.
We've got a bunch of new
work.
villains too, alongside the criminal syndicates and their bosses. And we just don't want to spoil too much right now. We're going to have more on the story closer to launch.
All right. So we've got smuggling, sabotaging, bounty hunting, wearing clothes, doing crime.
It's important.
Let's talk about the gameplay.
Yeah, so being an individual means
so
crimes
good.
and clothes. We've established that. Yeah, going forward. So one thing to make sure is clear here, in the campaign that has a bunch of story missions, it's going to introduce you to also the jobs that you'll be taking in addition to those story missions within the Lawless Frontier. So you'll be kind of climbing the ranks of the criminal underworld here because the syndicates are not going to trust you out the gate. You kind of have to garner influence with them before they're going to help you out in dealing with the Imperium. And so then at the conclusion of the campaign, once that Imperium's chokehold is kind of loosened on Tharsis and the Lawless Frontier, you unintentionally kick off a turf war between the three syndicates, because now they're all vying for power because you kind of toppled the top dog of their power hierarchy.
Yeah. And so let's talk about this. In December, the Lawless Frontier is coming. It's not just like a concept. It's an activity.
Yeah, and I know we're showing something on screen right now that like is like when you go through this like daily ritual of dealing with contested territory, you'll be able to like target the syndicate you want to kind of like take down in that moment. But ultimately, the Lawless Frontier is a new activity where you'll be carrying out a variety of those missions, those smuggle, bounty hunt, sabotaging. I think you kind of can tell what they're going to be all about just with the name of them.
I want more space.
And this is you just partnering
stuff, so
with
this
and
is
against
good.
the
This is
syndicates.
perfect
And
for
so
me.
it's fast, it's tactical, and it's going to throw a ton of enemies and a variety of objectives within each of these jobs at your fire team in new locations across Mars, Europa, and Venus. This is all about big, chaotic co-op action within the Lawless Frontier. Yeah.
Cool. And then when you're working with the syndicates, like, I expect to be paid when I take on a job. Like,
Sure.
what are they going to be giving us?
Every criminal does.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? So, well, like one thing just to like talk about at the top, because Tom and I are really excited about this, the creative lead on Renegades. The Cabal have been dropping pods on your head for like 8 years now, something like that. And so with one of our Renegade abilities, we kind of get to turn the table on the Cabal and drop one on them. It also supplies you some ammo and stuff too, some nice convenience there. But the campaign ultimately like introduce you to a number of these abilities. And the Turf War, you'll actually choose which syndicates you want to pledge to in order to unlock more abilities and a bigger suite of upgrades. Also, depending on which syndicate you're pledged to, there will be other bonuses and weekly shipments coming into Tharsis as well that you get to take advantage of. And so one thing I want to note too is that all of these Renegade abilities that we're talking about in the Vidoc, they're purely additive to your subclass abilities. The Renegade abilities do not override any of your other Guardian abilities. So like your super, your melee, your grenade, that's all at your disposal on top of these Renegade abilities. We really wanted to lean into the idea
This
of
will
the
stack
fantasy of you
well
working
with how
your crew
planetary
and the
abilities
various
work.
roles you could play within the Lawless Frontiers of all these different type of jobs that you're going to be doing.
Awesome. And then I have to give a shout out to James Sy. He's frankly one of the biggest Star Wars nerds I've ever met in my life. But he was talking about the blaster and that feel the first time he shot it. Like, let's talk about him.
Yeah, I love that blaster, and because like my personal joke is it's like Forerunner at home. It's kind of like a legendary version of that exotic, and it just feels fucking incredible. Oh, sorry, it feels incredible. Excuse me, for kids at home. So we're gonna have a weapons deep dive close to launch. I know I keep saying that. There's a ton of the Vidoc. There's even more to be talking about in the next few months. But what we can say about blasters right now is they're new powerful weapons in your arsenal. And they actually draw ammo straight from your reserves, Dylan. And so the mechanic of this is basically heating up the gun and then venting it out. So no reloading technically, but since you have to like charge up heat and you have to think about overheating, it's a whole mechanic and has its own special reload associated with it. And so it's going to be all about finding like the rhythm of pace and battle between building up heat and venting it. It's really fun to play around with, and the team is really honing in on something like that feels really special and new. It's cool.
All right.
It's cool, yeah.
So we're not going to go too deep on campaign because spoilers. We want to let players discover that.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Lawless Frontier, but one of the components is invasions.
Oh yeah. So you're going to unlock invasion as part of that turf war we've been talking about, and the syndicates are like reaching out to you, and they're giving you contracts to play Hitman against other Guardian crews. So it's 1 versus 3. It's you versus a Guardian crew on the Lawless Frontier. And like we said in the Vidoc, invasion is 100% opt-in for both the invaders and the defending fire team crew.
Say less.
Because all of the difficulty modes, there's always an option that is available to you if you don't want to engage in invasion. Yeah, we wanted to make sure that, because like even though some people love that PvE chocolate mixing with that PvP peanut butter, we wanted to make sure that if you didn't want to do that, there's always an option for you.
Good.
Yeah. And then
I want people to be able to like opt out of
there's
that.
more rewards or incentive, right?
I mean, yeah, you're like asking, you're basically saying, hey, fire team, I'm open to having another Guardian come and wreck shop and mess my day up, right? And so you're taking a higher risk, so therefore there's a chance of higher reward depending on
I
how
like
you
that.
handle
It's
it,
a different
right?
play on strikes.
Yeah, I mean,
appreciate that.
That covers gameplay effectively. We do have a dungeon. We showed a little tease, but again, no spoilers. We'll let you discover that on day one. Let's talk about the last thing that players may have seen, or the first thing, honestly. We saw chat blown up. Let's talk about the saber.
Right. So, yeah, this is Destiny's homage, right? It's our love letter to the Star Wars lightsaber. And we're calling it the Praxic Blade. Again, we'll be sharing a whole lot more close to
Spicy.
launch. I'm really sorry. I feel like a parrot right now just saying the same thing. But what I can say is that the Praxic Blade is going to be highly customizable in both gameplay and visuals. And so there's going to be a ton of parts and components that you'll be chasing and discovering throughout the Lawless Frontier, within the Turf War, within the dungeon
I
itself.
can
And
be a
this is all about
Jedi
kinda making the Praxic
Sentinel.
Blade your own. And you saw it in the Vidoc, but the blade really does feel truly exotic right now. You can do things with it that no other weapon can do in Destiny, and I really can't wait to players get their hands on it here in a few months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Renegades. We have
could
two
be
more
a
big subjects
bounty
to go through.
hunter.
So thanks for running us through that.
Of course.
Our next
I'm
section
so
is going to be
happy.
all about quality of life. It's going to be about a lot of the feedback that we've been seeing in the live game since Edge of Fate launched. And then after that, we'll be talking about Ash and Iron with another cast of devs to talk about a bunch of cool stuff. So ultimately, we have quite a lot coming over the next few months. We're going to be talking about a bunch of high-level goals, objectives, some of our philosophy. We do not have a roadmap today, but we will have a roadmap in the next few weeks outlining our road to Renegades, which I've been calling it selfishly. So we'll figure out a fancier name for it at some point, but let's dive in. I think the first thing that I want to talk about here, let me get this up. I mean, ultimately, this feels like we're having a mini community summit on stream. But let's talk about rewards. Let's talk about the portal. Let's talk about power. Let's talk about the climb and the feedback that we've been seeing.
Yeah, so to do a little bit more table setting and framing here, like we said at the top of the stream, we've been taking a lot of this feedback to heart, right? We've been listening very intently. We've been looking at our data, and Dylan, we know we need to make some changes, right? And so this is what this whole next section is going to be about. We're going to talk about a ton of stuff. Some of it, a little bit of it, is going to come from Ash and Iron, a lot more in Renegades, and then even more in the future. And so coming back to the power climb, we want it to be faster. We want it to have improved rewards, and we really want it to highlight new and aspirational activities when Renegades launches. And so that means looking at the Renegades campaign and the Renegades jobs and the Lawless Frontier and the activities you do there, and making sure that they both feel like great sources of seasonal power. We know with the Edge of Fate, after you completed the campaign on Kepler, that there's a bunch of cool stuff to do and some rewards to get, but it didn't fit into the seasonal power game, right? It didn't feel like it was a viable path. And so these big chaotic fire team based jobs that we've built and all that variety we're pouring into it is going to be this engine to climb seasonal power. If you're just loving that activity, you're going to be able to spend an enormous amount of time there.
Yeah, and you touched on aspirational content. So when we look at it, you're doing the power climb, but you're looking at the end game, and our raids and dungeons are a part of that.
Yes, they are. So we are making sure here, there's two approaches we're taking and a bunch of work that's going to come out of it. So our focus initially here is going to be on the new raid and dungeon content in this conversation. So that is Desert Perpetual, the Epic Raid here in a couple weeks, and then the dungeon releasing with Ash and Iron. And so we want to make sure that those are more dependable sources of power, both from weekly challenges, some of which that are going to happen in Ash and Iron, but then also we're going to be looking at the power drops that come when you're completing encounters and looking to see if we can adjust those and juice them up a little bit. The other big area, because what we're talking about when we say aspiration is like in-game. You're doing an in-game thing. I should be rewarded for that. So with the launch of the Epic Raid for the Desert Perpetual and Epic Raid and then the dungeon afterwards, we're going to make all drops, the base drops you earn in that content, tier 3. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's ultimately attesting to like players got through some of the power grind, they went into the raid and they were seeing tier 1, tier 2 drops, and that didn't feel like endgame loot. So
it did not.
We're making this tier 3 is the baseline, but then you can build up to tier 4 and tier 5 as you add more challenge, add more difficulty.
Yeah, and I think we hit on it, but I just want to make sure. We talked about improved rewards right around some of the newer content that is coming. This effort, though, is also being applied across the portal itself. And so, Dylan, I know you and I have talked about it a bunch. You know, we talked about solo ops, right? You mentioned Caldera.
Yeah, let's talk about variety in the portal and more reasons or more ways to play.
Yeah, exactly. And part of that theory right here is just like that thinking is we just have to improve the rewards, right? And so a lot of what we're doing is going to be about bringing the baseline of the reward experience with Renegades up to that, closer to that solo ops experience, and also really incentivize playing in fire teams more because, hey, we know Destiny's feeling lonely right now if all you do is spend time in the mines, right? And so we want to do we know we need to do a much better job at that. The other,
just to go into that example, like we're talking about Caldera, it's a solo op activity, and players feel it is the most viable path to power. So a social game like Destiny, it is a problem where you feel like you should be playing alone for all the reason. It's like, hey, sorry friends, you want to play raid, you want to play something else? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going to go into Caldera and play alone.
Yeah.
We want to address that. We
Yes.
want to make sure Destiny is social, fun to play with friends, while
Good.
still maintaining, hey, as a solo player, you can absolutely hop in,
You got
but
off.
we aren't going to make you feel worse. So, example there too, we said, hey, we're going to tone down Caldera and solo ops. We're actually reverting that. We had announced it, we're taking that back, and as you said, that's the new benchmark. We're going to raise things up to feel like Caldera and feel rewarding like solo ops.
Yeah, and we've already talked about that. We're going to do some of that in Ash and Iron.
Good,
One of the
'cause I
other
did
things
not
we're
wanna
looking at doing in
grind
Ash and
out
Iron
a
right
lot
now
of
is
stuff
taking our
that
bonus
way.
engrams and having them just more consistently award power deeper into the climb and adjusting that. We're also, this is a good segue, I think, kind of into our next area where we can talk more about reworks we're going to be doing within the game and some changes we're making. So the other thing we're going to be doing with bonus engrams when Renegades launches is they're going to feed more into a weekly ritual. You know, a thing that you know when it launches, there's a bunch of stuff to do that's going to accelerate you into power climb.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the effectively weekly reset, curated activities from Bungie, so you have a moment each week of, let's hop into raid night, let's do Grandmasters, things like that.
Yeah, so the thing you're speaking to, Dylan, the thing we talk about a lot is like, yeah, clan night, raid night, right? We got to get that feeling of hey, I log in on Tuesday and there's just like a bunch of stuff to look forward to. And so a few ways we're going to do that is one with a new system that we're calling Vanguard orders that comes out in Renegades. So Vanguard orders are actually this like new objective system where you're going to be, and we should have a mock-up on screen right now. It looks like our monitor isn't showing the exact right thing, just our place in the studio, so I'm just going to assume it's working. And so within these Vanguard orders, you're going to have all these different objectives that you can do, and you don't have to pick these up like bounties, right? These are things that will just be automatically granted to you when you log into the portal. And then what's really cool about these is that they pull some of that like Destiny 1 bounty vibe, where as you complete an order on the left-hand side of the screen of this mock-up here, you will actually roll. You can roll on higher tier orders, like a legendary order that will give you consistent rewards, or an exotic tier order that can give you exotic tier rewards. And so this is all about just creating a bunch more like little moments of variety within the portal and these different little objectives that you can do.
Good.
We already touched on bonus engrams a little bit and how we're going to be reworking those even more with Renegades launches to feed into that idea of like, look at all these things in the portal. I know if I go and gobble up all the green engrams, I'm accelerating on my power climb, and that's much easier and clearer for players to understand. But the other place that we've been getting a ton of feedback on, and we're going to be making changes to, is the weekly conquests, basically. So right now, we have the concept of the conquest as a milestone on your seasonal power journey, and it gives you like a massive, like big dump of rewards. We are going to be making those we're going to be making it repeatable, but then there's going to be a weekly reward for them. There's no way for us, honestly, to balance the crazy amount of rewards you get from the milestones, but we're going to make sure we incentivize them and create a weekly version.
And we actually have a change going live today to make conquests repeatable, but the rewards component is what we need to focus on for a future update.
Yeah, and Dylan, you and I were talking about this a bunch over the last couple of days. Is like we want to get back to that, like we want to get conquest closer to that GM feeling, that Grandmaster Nightfall feeling of the past, and that's kind of like our little North Star for that. Yep. The other big thing too that we've been listening to feedback on, and we're moving really, really fast on right now, is getting weekly legacy raid and dungeon content as like a tunnel from the portal to that.
Oh my god.
So to set expectations here with Renegades, this is going to first come in the form of, hey, reasons to play this content, to do like weekly challenges and earn powerful rewards.
Thank you.
Right? Again, we
I
want this weekly reset. We want you to clearly know when you log in, here's a bunch of stuff to look forward to play with your friends and others. The reason I have to set expectations, though, is like we hear the feedback about wanting the gear reprised from raids and dungeons. Dylan, if we could just like flip a switch and make that happen, I think we'd be more than happy to do that. But it's just not that simple. There's a bunch of work that goes into actually creating the new gear and the gear tiers, and so we are going to be looking to make the reward experience of Legacy and Raid dungeons better as time goes on. Our first focus is making it fit into that weekly reset and into that power climb.
As long as I can get master
we have our first
dungeons,
step today with dungeon lairs. In the portal, there are going to be three encounters coming from Legacy dungeon content. You can get power bumps from those. You can get portal gear from those, but we hear the feedback on general rewards.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna be looking to add more to this, like what this weekly ritual feels like. These are the areas we are targeting initially here for Renegades.
All right. So
All right,
let's
this is
move on
all
to our
testing
final
stuff right
two subjects. Really are centered around Sandbox.
Yeah.
First of which is going to be build crafting, and then the second is around just our general approach to balance. So we have another list here of, honestly, we've been getting a ton of feedback around featured gear. We've been getting feedback around like legendary weapon tiering. What are we changing?
Yeah, so this whole space is about expanding build crafting and gear chase. And we hear y'all. Like, we hear that featured gear is far too restrictive for how you're playing the game right now. And so one of the big changes we're making is all exotic weapons and armor are going to be featured gear starting in Renegades. So the class items, your prismatic builds, they're back on the table. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You're not having to think about what exotic you put on. It's all about what build you want to craft, right? The other thing that we've been listening to a lot when it comes to the gear chase is like, hey, you know, you might earn a tier 1, 2, or 3 weapon, you know, a roll of a weapon you really love, your personal god roll, or the community saying this is a god roll, and you're looking at that and you're like, man, it's cool, but like it's not that top tier, right? And so in Shadow and Order, which is our major update coming after Renegades, you're going to be able to enhance the tier of your legendary weapons all the way from tier 1 to tier 5
Yes!
with a new currency and a new feature.
Yes!
For those.
All
Again,
right.
this is all about,
I can get behind
expanding.
that. I can definitely get behind that.
And before we get ahead of ourselves, like, as a player, and I'm guessing in chat, people are saying, oh, so I should be keeping my tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 weapons. Where am I going to put these? What's going on with vault space?
Yeah, so with Renegades, we are going to give you more vault space. That is the thing we're going to be doing. And also, the team is working on a pretty big update to improve the sorting and filtering of just using your vault in-game as well.
Good.
Yeah, we'll have many more details in the coming weeks and months when we get this roadmap together. But our final note in this section before we go to balance is the portal scoring.
Yes, yeah. So right now with the featured and new gear, there is just an intrinsic bonus that you get for wearing that gear. I guess it's extrinsic because we're asking you to put it on. But anyway, if you have it on, you get a score bonus in the portal, which means you're not only thinking about like activity customization, your build, but also now you have to think about the score too, and like, should I wear this or not in order to chase the high score? And for the vast majority of the experiences in the portal, we think that's just too much complexity right now. And so we are sunsetting that idea. And so again, this is going to drastically open up the space for you to basically use whatever you want in the vast majority of things you play inside of the portal when you're chasing gear and doing that power climb.
And a North Star for this, when y'all were talking about it, we've had a ton of conversations with the dev team, is like, there's a lot of feeling of, I'm playing Destiny the wrong way, and this was contributing to it because I had to think, oh, if I put this armor on, it's wrong. This helps that out and gets you into the fun faster.
Yes,
So.
and I'm like, we do believe and see a space for ways to highlight gear and exotics and things like that, you know, stuff we've done with the artifact for a while now. We want it to be part of the game because I think, you know, pushing people off of the super hot stuff is really healthy sometimes to just have more fun and experiment with things. But we know that we need to find ways to make this feel like a bonus and more excitement to do it versus what we currently have now, which is why we're making these changes.
Awesome. Yeah, and then our last section here for quality of life, let's talk about sandbox balance. Y'all have been really taking a lot of the feedback to heart since the announce of quite a few nerfs and some balancing, and you have some new approaches to philosophy when it comes to this.
Yeah, so at the top here, one of the things we're doing is we're upgrading our internal process for kind of how we evaluate our buff and nerf policies, and also the timing of which when we go out and do those. And so a big part of that here through Renegade's launch is going to be non-critical balance changes are on pause right now. And so this is partially in reaction to obviously some of the sentiment around some of the changes we're making, but it's giving time for us to make sure that when we do start to do more balance updates a little more frequently again, we communicate honestly. We just need to do a better job about communicating about why we're changing something and some of the intent behind it. And the reason I speak about this, yeah, because you asked me this a couple times in our rehearsal, Dylan, it's like, what does non-critical mean? Sorry, I'm taking your words here.
No.
I'm just on a roll. We really want to make sure that we're still making balance changes, or, you know, if we have to ban something for that epic raid race or the dungeon race that's going to happen with Renegades, right? The quality of that experience is incredibly important to us, and we know it's incredibly important to y'all. And so, again, we're putting a pause on nerfs and balance changes for now, but if we really need to change something because it's critical for those upcoming events, we'll make changes.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's like, there's some things where you watch somebody go on a Titan and kill a raid boss in 2 punches, like, that's critical. that needs to be toned down or balanced around. But other things like, we actually have a list here of, we announced some tuning changes or nerfs that we're going to be reverting. Last week we were talking about Grand Overture and Queenbreaker.
Yeah.
We're reverting the changes there.
Yes.
And then we had some reworks to exotics like Stronghold, Chromatic Fire. We're going to be reverting those. And then as a part of this new initiative where we're looking at our philosophy, reevaluating how we do these things, we'll be looking how we approach it and how we communicate it.
Yes.
So
exactly.
cool. And then final note to end on a high, honestly, like we've been talking about nerfs and all that. Let's talk about buffs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we've got some buffs. We've been working with the gameplay team.
I'm not
around
really too
supers
worried
and
about nerfs and
subclasses
buffs
that are
when it
gonna
comes
be
to a lot of
coming,
stuff.
Some with Ash and Iron here in October, but then also in December with Renegades. And I think you've been talking with them a little more closely actually in the last 24 hours.
Big thank you to Ben Womack, Eric Smith, Sandbox team. A couple notes, like we saw a thread where folks were saying, hey, the original 3 supers that launched with Destiny 11 years ago, happy birthday.
Yeah.
They feel a bit undertuned. And I saw a note where it's like, Word of Dawn, Titan Bubble, that needs to be brought up. Golden Gun, I know Warlocks are getting some abilities changes too.
Turrets,
so
turrets changes coming very soon.
And grenades and other things too outside of turrets. So
Yep.
we will have a full list over the coming weeks, and honestly, it may build. We need to get our roadmap together so we know exactly which hot fixes, updates they're going to be rolling out in. But yeah, we'll be as transparent as possible with you. So to really end it and get into the awesome Ash and Iron content, thank you again to everybody that's been giving us feedback. Thank you to everybody that's been playing and diving into all the changes. We know some need work, and we're going to be doing that. We've been listening, and now we're getting through the planning stages, and we're executing on a bunch of changes over the next few updates and beyond Renegades. So, Robbie, thank you for joining us. As we're going into Ash and Iron, we got to get the couch full of new devs.
Yep.
So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. And yeah, we're listening, and we're going to keep responding to the feedback. So thank you all so much.
I'm stoked for the Renegade stuff. I am really stoked. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Let's do it.
Let's see Ash and Iron. I'm starting your recording for that.
The Conductor's forces are rampant to the Plaguelands.
Wait, why am I recording this? I'm about to play this.
We're sending you in to investigate.
I'm not going to stress this.
Be ready for anything.
To the next assault point.
Oh. I'm excited for this one, the new exotic mission. I saw the Ash and Iron trailer has been lackluster on the fashion aspect. I agree on that one. The outfits are kinda eh. Oh.
It's good to carry a gun. Better to have gun carry you.
It's just a tech sec recolor. I think it is. It basically is. It just doesn't have the little flashing lights on it. I'll be honest, like, with this one, I'm a little, like,
All right, welcome back. In about 20 minutes, the content from that trailer is going live. Let's talk about Ash and Iron. We have a bunch of really cool stuff coming with a new activity called Reclaim. We have a new introductory activity that's going to be giving you some insight into the narrative. We also have an exotic mission coming in October. Team's finishing up on that, and we're super excited for the weapon that's associated with that. And we actually have some updates to recurring events like Iron Banner, Arms Week, Festival of the Lost, and more. So without further ado, hello, welcome to our couch, wonderful developers. Some of you have been here before, but Noah,
that guy looks
first
like
on
my
the
uncle
couch, this is your first time.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy to be here.
Yeah, welcome. For folks to learn who you are,
Yeah.
who are you? What do you do? What's your title?
Yeah, my name's Noah Pearson. I'm an associate sandbox designer here at Bungie. While my title is like officially working on the armor team, I do work in exotic armor from time to time, but you find me more commonly working on the seasonal artifacts, like the one for Heresy, the current one for Season of Reclamation. Both those are mine. But I've also branched out and I've gotten to do a pretty cool exotic weapon in this release as well.
Awesome. Next on the couch, Jerome, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Yeah, really quick, let's get a summary. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm Jerome. I'm a narrative lead, so we do the lore, we do the dialogue, we do the cutscenes, and we plan the overall story for Destiny 2.
Awesome. Last but not least, Clayton. Welcome
Hey.
back. I believe you were last here for Revenant and Into the Light.
Yep.
Yeah. For folks that may have missed out on those streams, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a design lead here for the activities and events area on Destiny 2, and in the past I've been an activity designer or feature owner for activities like Onslaught or Coil or Seraph Shield. So it's been really fun getting my hands dirty in different types of activities and bringing those experiences to the players.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So as we're diving through some stuff, we already have gameplay rolling. This is our new activity, Reclaim. But Jerome, let's talk about narrative. How are things kicking off?
For sure. Well, Maya Sundaresh, the conductor, has somewhat overextended herself on Kepler during the events of Edge of Fate. And she foolishly tried to meddle in the affairs of the Nine and essentially assassinated 3 of the 9, which is the 3 of Earth.
3 being a single entity, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's going to have huge knock-on effects for the people of Earth in physics and chemistry, and we'll hear a lot more about that in Renegades. But for now, Maya is somewhat depleted, right? And she is starting to lose control over her collective. She's starting to bleed individuals at the edges of her collective, and those are the pants-wearing, poker-playing Vex that you saw.
crime. Yeah.
Exactly. And so she needs to reassert control over her collective. And in order to do that, she needs a signal boost to maximize the power of her waning Echo of Command. And the best tool for that job is, of course, Golden Age tech. And the best place to find Golden Age tech is in the Vanguard Vault, which is why Ashen Iron begins with a defense of the tower from a smash and grab by Maya's forces, both Vex and conscripted Cabal, which you'll learn more about during the season. But that's going to be
good. More roguelike
a
stuff.
start, but not sufficient for her plans. So she will need a fully functional warset network to really expand her reach. And there's only one place where you can find that, and that's in the Plaguelands, which is where most of Ashen Iron takes place.
Awesome. So speaking of the smash and grab, when players first sign in for Ashen Iron, they're going to see a node that they can launch for the introductory mission. It's not auto-launched. You're going to select it, jump in when you're ready. But after that, you'll hop into Reclaim. Those are going to be some new activities. And Clayton, let's get a quick overview. What are players seeing on the screen?
Yeah, so Reclaim is our new 3-player activity. It comes with 3 different variants. It has players, like Jerome was saying, going into the Plaguelands, stopping Maya's forces from taking Golden Age tech and reclaiming those areas, those territories. And so you notice that there's a lack of Fallen, but we, through our ambient combatants and our environmental storytelling, you'll know a little bit more about what has happened there, how Maya's come in and pushed them all out. You'll see some of them trying to fight back to get in because they think that's their land, right? And as a player, you're trying to go in there and play in a similar way that you might find like Overthrow, where we took a lot of inspiration from. So you get to choose how you want to fill that progress bar. Do you want to finish a bunch of encounters that are randomly generated, which adds to a bunch of replayability? You can progress by finding hidden chests or defeating roaming high-value targets. There's collectibles in there as well, all without a timer, so you and your fire team can strategize and take their time to go through the area. Awesome. And then once you've completed the area, unlike Overthrow, you move to the next area by way of ship that you'll see on the screen.
Stellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was talking to our gameplay folks before this launched, and we talked a bit about there's a bit of nether DNA in here, where you have your main objectives, and then you can find things throughout the area as well.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, we have Vivian went ham and gave us these quite frankly unbalanced buffs that will have a rare chance of spawning, and you get to choose which one. One example is that if you choose it, you'll just be radiant and what's the other? Radiant and amplified. Thank you. Yeah, just the whole time. So yeah, have fun choosing between these crazy buffs and using them to finish the activity.
Awesome. And when we're talking about collectibles, there's going to be some lore collectibles too, correct?
Absolutely. We're continuing the pass forward from the previous expansion, and those lore drops will tell players a lot about what to expect in Renegades, both in the cast and the themes. Though it's not explicit, so they'll have to use a little detective work, we hope, but it will give a lot of information about what's to come.
Got it. So these are going to be like the data pads you find in
exactly,
the portal.
exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, so I mean, let's talk about weapons. Let's talk about the loot. And Noah, now it's time for the spotlight to go on you.
Yeah.
First up, let's talk about the exotic.
I'm
that's
gonna be
in the
honest. I'm gonna
reward
zone
quest
out here
us.
for a minute.
This is going to be our pulse rifle.
Pardon me.
Yeah, so Noon Malpice is going to be our reward pass exotic for this release. Obviously, with the Edge of Fate, we released a rocket frame pulse rifle, Mint Retrograde, that people have really taken to a liking for. And we kind of took a look at that and we're like, well, what's a cool way to one-up that and like +1 it for an exotic? So you may notice from the gameplay that this rocket pulse doesn't just shoot like the micro rockets, it shoots sticky bombs. And these will stick onto the environment, they'll stick onto enemies, and when you hold down your special reload button, they'll pop like little firecrackers. And it's really fun to just sort of like spray them out across like a group of guys, and then you like turn around, walk away from them, click the button, and have them like pop all behind you, because cool Guardians don't look at explosions.
So this may say a lot about me as a person, but you can also stick these to your teammates, right?
I guess you'll have to see.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about the next exotic. This is going to be tied to an exotic mission that's coming out in October, and I can already see you kind of getting excited, like Vivian was excited for the crossbows that we added. Let's talk about the Iron Axe.
Yeah, he kept me waiting, huh? Yeah, so the exotic mission, you know, way back with Rise of Iron, like as a player, I remember like the YouTube videos coming out ahead of it of like YouTubers being like, hey, maybe Bungie's gonna give us this axe that's in the marketing, and like obviously didn't come to pass in that release, and then like come final shape, Crow's got it, and I, much like many people, were like, man, I want that axe.
When's my turn?
Like I want that thing.
No fucking way.
Plaguelands, it was like I'm
no
gonna use whatever
fucking
arms necessary
way.
to finally get the thing that I know I want and I've seen other people want for ages. So,
They're
yeah,
giving
I
us
can
the
confirm
axe.
That's no relic. That's our new exotic weapon.
Thank you.
Holy hell.
I think for Clayton and Jerome, since this exotic mission, the team is finishing up the touches and really building this experience. It'll be launching in October.
They should not have told us that's what it's gonna be. That should have been a surprise.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier,
Daryl.
Maya wants to expand her reach, and the best way to do that is like the same way you would with the Wi-Fi in your house. You need expanders, you need routers, right, to boost that signal. And so she is going to be looking to get her hands on Warsat technology, which is why we'll be working with Saint 14 and Anna Bray throughout the season. Saint 14 is sort
good.
of our
Anna's coming back.
expert, and then Anna, as with her association of Rasputin, having all the subject matter expertise on Warsats.
Awesome.
And not to get too deep into spoilers, but you will be working with 3 of Kayatol's Scions specialists in the mission. So,
man, I can't wait. Yeah, October can't come soon enough. So, let's come back to day one. I keep checking my watch here. 10 minutes, 11 minutes until launch. We also have a slate of legendary weapons that are going to be coming out. We have some armor sets in the portal that are going to have brand new armor set bonuses, but we also have brand new weapons. And I know a couple of these things are kind of complementary to exotics.
Yeah. So with Ash and Iron, we as Sandbox were like taking a look at some exotics we wanted to bring up, and we talked about Mida and Sturm getting some updates to bring them up to that modern parity. But like when those weapons came out during year 1, they came with their paired weapons, and like during that time, you know, it made sense, you know, like to have 2 primaries. That was what the game was. So when we were taking a look at like bringing them up to modern Sandbox standards, we were like, well, we should probably hit it for the paired weapons as well too. So we took a look at some of our other special archetypes, and we're like, what could we set up for this? So with this release, we've talked about them, I believe, in the TWID, but we are going to have a rocket frame Drang Unfall, and a new like lightweight Mida macro tool shotgun.
Mida macro tool?
Kind of key off of being those paired weapons. So like Mida macro
wild.
Discord and
all right.
and it was really fun to like run that with Mida. Because then you have like, you know, you pop a couple guys to get those like attachments onto Mida, and then you switch and you have Discord proc, and you like slap a guy, and then you just are able to like pump into a bunch of dudes. And it's got the really cool draw animation from Wastelander back during 30th anniversary, so you get that cool like cowboy draw.
That's
It's
nasty.
so fun to run
And
around
the sidearm is arc, correct?
It is our second arc rocket frame sidearm. It's got a pretty big mag size, so instead of volt shot on this one, it has jolting feedback, which is pretty fun to plug a couple rockets into a guy and have them jolted, and then pop them with like a really powerful Sturm shot.
Awesome. Yeah, and these are going to be added so through the portal. Reclaim is going to be living in the portal in the fire team area, and that's where you're going to earn some of these. We also have Crucible Ops is going to be the source of the shotgun, and then a couple other things as well that you'll discover in just a few minutes.
Ooh, the shotgun's locked behind Crucible.
So
That's
let's move
rough.
on. Our last conversation, or our last topic of the day, is going to be around events, our recurring events. And the first thing that kicks off is actually a new one to celebrate Reclaim. And Clayton, what are we going to be doing today?
Yeah, we're launching with New Territories Reclaim. It's a new standard event that will highlight a new activity. And so we do that with our daily challenges, weekly challenges, or it's for a week, so one weekly challenge, and then it has its own reward track and an event home that you can launch the activity from as well.
Awesome. And then I believe it's next week, we also have Iron Banner coming back.
That's right.
So is that also going to have a...
I'm gonna miss
Yes, we'll have
Iron
event
Banner!
home.
Fuck.
Same slew of things where daily challenges, a weekly challenge. You'll have your reward track. We have a hand cannon coming in there. We have an armor set, and you'll have your title and your triumphs as well.
Yeah, I believe we redacted the new set bonuses for Iron Banner, but I've heard they're actually quite fun.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Might want to hold on to it when you get your hands on that axe.
Awesome. And then the third event that's going to be coming is Arms Week. Noah, coming back. The first one was all centered around, let's look at hand cannons. We had the new shotgun style hand cannon.
Yeah.
And then with this one, it's going to be shotguns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking a look at shotguns this time around. So much like during the prior Arms Week, we will also have a cool slate of shotgun mods this time around. My favorite of which, when the designer who was working on them, Taylor Bjorndal, who was on the stream before, when he was starting to work on them, me and him were sort of bouncing ideas back and forth. And I was talking about like old rapid fire frame shotguns when they had like the really fast rate of fire. And I was like, I mean, what if all shotguns shot like that? And he like paused for a minute, and then I got the message, what if they're all just Fourth Horsemen?
Oh, Bjorn, you
Rip Fourth
mad
Horseman.
scientist.
It is really entertaining to take a slug shotgun and have it shoot that fast.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of celebration with these volatile mods for hand cannons during that week. So
I've yet
with
to
shotguns,
actually
we
use
have
said
the one
shotguns.
that's effectively going to be Fourth Horseman everywhere.
Yeah.
But we have a couple more too,
Yeah.
and we'll leave that for
Servers
places to
down?
start
It's going to
soon.
be super.
Yeah, they're
Next up
currently
on
updating
slate,
the
we
game.
have Festival Lost is going to be coming back during Ash and Iron, and we have a preview of our armor sets. So these are armor ornament sets. You voted on these earlier in the year last year, and we had
Slender Man!
Awesome. I cannot wait to have those roses on my shoulders.
The Warlock.
But with Festival Lost, we have some new activity content, correct?
That's right. The Headless Ones have broken out of Haunted Lost Sector jail. Because of that, we have new activities. So we have a new PvE 6-player activity called Haunted Altars. And then we have a new PvP activity called Red Rumble. Hocus
Red
Pocus
Rumble.
is coming back.
Ooh.
It's going to be a 2-week-long activity. We have 2 new weapons and a reprised weapon. You'll have your reward track, event home.
It's only 2
the whole
weeks, though?
shebang.
Damn.
I'm very excited.
That's
It's
rough.
very fun to play in those activities.
Awesome.
It's chaos. Just all chaos.
And then the
Sweet.
last on our list, so Jerome, we have a new event called Call to Arms that's going to be coming at the end of Ash and Iron. Can you give us a quick overview?
Sure. We're going to be working with Devrim, Devrim K, who has been holding down the EDZ for the better part of a decade without a ghost, right? Doing it all in one life. And he'll be taking some much-deserved R&R in the tower and being our liaison to the foundries. We have to remember that most of the guns that the Guardian fires are designed and produced in the last city. Of course, we know that they're actually designed and produced here with the Sandbox team.
What do you mean? Cassoid's in-house.
That's right, Mr. Cassoid, right here. So we will be working with Devrim to stress test the latest and greatest in gear from the foundries, and the Guardians that can push their gear the furthest and get the most out of it will reap the greatest reward. So there's a competitive aspect to it as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about this competitive aspect, the Call to Arms is going to be a ton of rewards, legendaries, some cosmetics for anyone to earn, but then we have kind of some cosmetics at the top for our hardcore, so to speak, to really earn. And Clayton, I think you were talking about a helmet?
Yeah, we have a helmet ornament. It is fantastic looking. When you equip it, if you're in that top earner, you will have this like tail of flames coming from you. And much like the trial glows, these flames signify that you are a top competitor in this.
So when I load into the tower, I'm going to see this guy with a giant fiery mohawk. And
Yeah.
I'm going to know, okay, they were top of Call to Arms.
Impressed and scared at the same time.
But then we have some cosmetics, like I said, for just general players too. Like I believe there's an exotic ornament for the pulse rifle on the reward track, and a bunch of other things to earn too. So
we have daily login rewards as well, and we have vouchers that will actually help set you up for the next season.
awesome. Yeah, well, thanks for the quick overview. We will definitely have more information in the tweet about this new event. And as we're going through Ash and Iron, we'll have an update before each of these events to give you a quick a recap of what we've been talking about today. So just to end it up as well, we have a brand new crossbow that's going to be coming in. So our first crossbow was introduced through raids. And this one is going to be through our events. To start, it's going to be a low drop chance from any of the events that we just covered. And then in Call to Arms, you can focus this thing to really hammer on getting those rolls. And Noah, what's the damage type on this?
Yeah, so you might have seen it in the gameplay. It's going to be a stasis crossbow. And obviously, with a stasis weapon comes stasis perks. And I'm very happy to say that it does have chill clip, and it in fact does freeze in 2 shots. And oh my god, there's such like a fun play pattern of like you pop a guy twice with it, they freeze, and then if you have serrated bolts, you run up and you pull them out of him, and the serrated bolts do damage and cause him to pop. So you just like put him in a major, and you cause him to explode and hit all the dudes around him. And it was an oddly fun play pattern of
I'm
just
giving
running
that to my
around blasting
Titan.
people that I got quite a few giggles out of in playtest.
I can't wait. So again, to say it, today with our New Territories event, you can get this to drop. It will be a low drop chance, but over the course of the rest of the season with each event, more chances, and then Call to Arms, you can focus it along with other gear and really go hard for the role you want.
And it has a holofoil in.
And a holofoil in Call to Arms as
yeah.
well. So that brings us to the end of our show. So thank you all for joining us on the couch. Thank you all for joining us at home. We hope you enjoyed the Vidoc. The Renegades pre-orders are live now, and as we said at the top of the show, we have some new pre-order incentives that also apply to the Year of Prophecy folks that purchase that edition. A new legendary ship, a new legendary emblem, and then, yeah, in 3 minutes here, we have Ash and Iron launching. So thanks for coming in. Hope you enjoy the rewards. We'll have more details on our quality of life updates over the next few weeks and a roadmap coming soon. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't thank you enough. And if you want to stick around, we're going to be handing off the stream to Mactix. Good friend. He's great at Destiny. Sometimes I do question his PvP prowess, but love the guy. So thanks for joining. Have a good day.
All right, cool. All right. So my fears for Renegades is fine. I know I fully trust Renegades is gonna be great. It's Ash and Iron that I was kind of a little worried about because like going back to the Plague Lands is a huge ask. Like it's a huge thing to veteran D1 players, and I should be recording this. And so like for this Vidoc or this dev stream, Renegades. I'm perfectly fine with. I'm happy that we're getting that Star Wars DLC. I if you couldn't tell by my reaction, I am a huge Star Wars fanboy. But yeah, the axe does bring back some goodwill. Absolutely, absolutely. So with Ash and Iron, us going back to the Plague Lands, us not having to fight Siva, us not being able to fight the Splicers again, it felt a little off, but with what they explained today in the Vidoc, of having to prevent Maya from taking control of old Golden Age technology, alright, that I can deal with that. Like, I get it. I understand they want to use the Vex this time, because like with episodes like from the previous ones of like Echoes, Revenant, and oh god, what was the third one again? I forgot. Heresy. Was it Heresy? I don't remember anymore. With Echoes, like with Maya taking control of the Echo of Control, it makes sense because like she's supposed to in Destiny being the hobby that it is, she's supposed to be the villain of the week kind of thing, right? That's supposed to be her shtick. And so I get it, that she is the villain of the season. Like, odds are, somewhere after Ash and Iron, I'm going to have to close that. It's gonna end up, we're gonna have to end up going up against, what's its face? Oh no, we might have to help out, oh damn, I can't remember her name right now. Aramis. You know? Hold on. Let me reset my Steam, just in case. Exit Steam. So yeah. Plaguelands is coming back. Kinda sad it's not fully the Plaguelands, but, you know, we'll deal with what we got now. So we'll see how it goes. I'm resetting my Steam as we speak, so that way we could actually get the update. The update should be quick. Patching should be quick. So, yeah. There's my 2-minute intro. And now, on to the Let's Play. Let's do this. I did not sleep yet. From my Monday night stream. There it is. Destiny is now patching immediately. There it is now. Yep. Yep. Oh, that artwork. That logo position looks beautiful. Beautiful. We'll just jump over to my gaming screen and get started here. Never mind, it's going to take a second. Updating 30%. So what did you guys think, though? How are you feeling about Ash and Iron? How do you feel about Renegades? What do you want to see? Have you... What are you going to color your lightsaber? Your Praxic blade? For my Hunter, I'm definitely going to make that thing yellow. My Warlock, I make it... Yeah, more fashion? Yeah. The Warlock outfit for for Renegades is a little whack. I do gotta admit, with like the bunny ears. But we already do have a lot of Star Wars-esque looking stuff, so I'm okay with it. Alright, Destiny 2 is booted, it's ready, it's booting. Alright, Destiny's loading. So we're going to take a look at Ash and Iron. We're going to do at least like one run. I don't think I'm going to have enough to like get the full story today. But, you know, it'll be some stuff to get for when we get back. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, now is our first look into Ash and Iron. New saga. We're going back to the realm of the Iron Lords. Beautiful. That's good. It's good to be back, at least. This does feel like D1 in that the game, in that Bungie and the game is like they're trying to figure it out again. They're reworking armor systems, bringing us back to a more basic like setup. We're no longer 1,000 power, and we're not seeing fat numbers anymore. We're back to the beginning. We're relearning. Vehicle controls updated. Jump button will always be able. Interact button will now enter and exit vehicles with jump. Okay, cool, nice. So yeah, a lot of people did say Edge of Fate was a little underwhelming. I understand where they're coming from with that. For me, it hit the right spots. And now, we jump into the main stuff. New territories. Reclaim is here. Seize the front lines. Re-establish Vanguard borders from Maya's forces. Reclaim to earn event rewards and complete challenges in the event home. Visit Devrim King, the EDZ, or open the quest tab in the direction to take back what's ours. Let's go to Devrim! I haven't seen Devrim in a minute. Here's my Solstice gear. I look way too... But, you know, this is my best gear I have right now. So, like, I kind of have to. And that's okay. This is my parade hunter. Do I have the old parade chestplate, actually? I would like to use the mariachi chestplate, please and thank you. Do I have enough? I have enough. I have more than enough stuff to make a nice solstice-looking hunter. Where's that mariachi chestplate? We're doing the important thing and we're gonna fashion souls. I have the cracked chestplate. Yeah, I have that one. I'm not gonna use it. I don't need it right now. I don't want to use it. Oh. That's nice. Oh, I think I'm gonna use that one, though. Do I have it? Lambent Luster. That's not it. Was it Solstice of Heroes? Oh, this is gonna bug me now. Wait, where is it? Where is that mariachi chestplate? For the ones that don't know what I'm talking about, it's like, oh, there it is. Yes, I found it. Yes. Let's do it. Yep. If we're gonna do all solstice gear, let's make it nice. Sunlit. Nah. That's the same one. I want to wear all of it. So let's do it. Oh, yes. Yep. You know, I might keep that. I might not. Nah. My Radiant Hunter, here to reclaim the Plague Lands. Nah. Nope. Lustrous Strides. Where's the other one I have? Nah, not that one. Where is it? I'm looking all around at the logos. Limitless Subversion. There it is. Lambent Luster. I don't think I have that one in, like, basic. No. I don't. You know what? I can live with these boots. That one, sure. But let's change the helmet back to the best one that we have. Where is it? Where is it? It's an old... There it is. Yeah. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. I'm cool with this. How can I make this even more fun? Ooh. Crimson Valor, Carminica. This one. Hold on. This is the important part. We need to fashion souls. This is the important part about this. Gotta look good while we're helping out. Indigo Matrix. Nah. Oh god. That leopard print backing. Oh, you know what? Ah, yes, we're talking about Siva. You know what? You know what? You know what? Hey, Devram. We got the Siva Guardian here. Oh, let's see what happens if I put it on this thing. Oh, that just looks right. That just looks right. I'm not putting it on though. I'm gonna stick with my current ship. I like this current ship. This is really nice. It's sleek. You know, we'll keep the rest of it. As for the rest of it, what weapons am I gonna use? Fortune Star. I have more weapons, but I'm about to get more weapons, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna use Darcy because I'm based like that. Alright, cool. Devrim! Quests. Speak to Devrim K in the EDZ. Let's go, baby! Oh, Uncle Devrim! Wait, can we change what tier? Nah, we can't change what tier the Trostland is. They didn't retroactively fix that yet. Bungo, please. No, maybe I'll go with like a white and red. Like a nice angelic color scheme instead. Godly array. Oh, there I go. Nah. Yeah. Real question is, which version am I doing? You know what? Check out the shop. Let's do that first. What is in the store at the moment? Some new shaders. White Wolf grips. Ooh! Oh! I can get the Witcher gear. I see. Damn it, I'm gonna miss one piece next week. That's okay. Oh, cool, malware. Oh, that was from last season. Sweet, they're doing it again. I don't have this then, though. It's fine. Malware. I'm gonna miss a piece, and I'm gonna be sad about it. I'm not gonna stress too much about it right now. Right now, I just wanna... I just wanna get in on the action right now. That's what I wanna do. So let's do it. Devrim!
What can I do for you?
General Kenobi. Devrim waves you over with a fire in his eyes. Maya's attack on the tower started a new gold rush across Seoul. She's losing control of her collective and needs the latent power from Golden Age tech to maintain it. Devrim gives your loadout a quick up and down, nodding in approval. We need you to beat her forces to that tech and reclaim lost territories while you're there. We'll be inserting you in some former quarantine zones, so be ready for anything. Alright. Say less. Oh. Okay. Cool. Cabal's Watch, Conductor's Keep, and Fallen Bunker. Alright. No matchmaking, huh? Alright. I can go with it. I can go for an A on it too, huh? Rage and Shield, Rage and Caltrops, Threads and Shroud. Let's just do that. Let's give myself some buffs, shall we? Solar and Void, huh? Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, good. There we go. I can deal with that. Let's do it. Let's give this a shot. Let's give this a shot. See how we do. Scout rifles. I'm not really using a scout rifle. I could have put Void Burn on, but that's okay. Running tether. Oh, I need to boost up my O-rigs. That'll be fine. Okay. Let's do this. Archon's Keep.
Aerial reconnaissance shows that Maya has consolidated their hold over the area. Let's begin chipping away, shall we?
Stay on the move. And if you hear Maya's voice, run.
Oh, Red Legion, how dare thee. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. A little bit of that. I really should have just done void damage. It's fine. It's fine. Buyer's remorse. I'm not on it. I am on a timer, but that's okay. I can deal with it. Damn. I am playing like ass. Bam. Ah, classic. Oh, no bueno. Ow. Damn, I should have gone for rapid fire. It's okay. Lots of shoulda, woulda, couldas. Figuring out my own kit based off of what I was doing earlier. Hold on. My treasure senses are tingling. I can't do anything about that. Oh, I am not killing fast enough. That is what's happening here. The music here is fantastic, though, I do gotta say. I don't know why there's not as many dudes here. Am I just killing too slow? I think I do need a team. There he is. Good. There's that surrounded perk coming to fruition. Got you. I got you. There we go. Oh, what? Did I not bust his shield up? Doggo, no. I see. Huh. Wait, what? I'm heavily confused now. Am I just not killing it fast enough? Reclaim Archon's Keep. Okay, is it basically just a glorified patrol, or... Or am I just in over my head and running it way too high of a level? Because I just want to get, like, higher tier gear. Probably the former. Okay. We'll skip that for now. I'm just gonna keep killing everything else. I should be running Oath Keepers if I'm gonna be using a bow. Darcy! What's this? Ah, there we go. Ah, so I actually do need to patrol the area. Okay. It's more than just wail on a dude. Cool. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, no, I was definitely doing things in over my head. So I do gotta take him out. However, I cannot. Okay. I've only got 20 minutes here. They changed the controls. I understand that. Ah! Okay, so it is... Okay, so we are doing the thing. Okay, because they did say it's supposed to be like the Nether by running this. Now I'm starting to see what they mean by that. Okay. I'm starting to get it now. Data uploader. Oh, wait. Hold on a minute. Disruptor charge. Where are you? Come back here, you. Damn it. Okay, I see how this works. I see how this one works. Okay. Aha. Okay. This is what I get for trying to run a master. Huh. Curse you, Bungie, for switching out the controls. We didn't need that. God. I like how these are just flonk walking in. Cool. Maybe I should turn this down a notch, but also I kind of just don't want to. I'm here for the pain. Oh, jeez. This is not a great impression of the new thing, honestly. Also, I love this area though. This is the Plaguelands. Like, this is the entrance to the Plaguelands. Like, they did it. They brought it back. For me, I'm just bringing myself through pain. I'm here for the gameplay experience at the moment. Where are you? Where's that ammo box? Where are you? I see you. Bam. Okay, cool. That's one. That's good progress.
Better in your hands than the conductors.
A weapon that converts final weapon blows. Was it frost armor? Bolt charge. Okay, cool. Now I understand the rules of what we're doing here. Nice. Okay. Ow. Okay, I get it now. So it really is a lot like, what's it called? Nether and, Riven. The fuck? Why'd you just suddenly explode?
Very good. Stay one step ahead of Maya. Cash secured. Good work.
Alright, I guess. That's on me. I wasted too much time. The effects of her actions remain primarily unresolved for the time being. Though Maya's desperation has brought devastation to many, I find it easy to empathize with her. We all have really made risky decisions in hope of survival. Yep. That's his life. Alright. Let's go wreck some hounds. Hi, Dougie. Bad dog. Sit. Gotcha. Oh, I see. Got it. You stop that. Oh yeah. Well, charge back, baby. Go play fetch. Yeah. Come back here, you. Stop running, you bastard. Oh my god, please. God. That's it. Hell yeah. Now that's how it's done. Come on, doggies. Come on. prick. Oh no. Did I glitch him in there? Okay, cool. Please no. I don't want to level this thing down. I really don't want to level this thing down. I know these things are higher level than me.
What a great find. Jinju and I are excited to study it.
Yep. Alright, that's better. Fuck. Well, there goes that. I see. You dick. Come on. Come on. Give me that buff. Ah, there's two of you now. Damn. Nice.
We've lined up the coordinates to your next LZ.
Better in your hands than the conductor's.
There's something over here, too. They made tactical robe for Verity Brow. Wait, what now? Research Optus. Maya Sundarish, where is she now? Come speak to me if time will allow. Maya searches across the deserted plain. A hidden facility comes into view, its architectural structure changing every time she takes a step. She could be here, but she's not. Warsap materials are her last shot. Oh, I see. This is what I get for trying to try to brute force this. Oh well. Hindsight's 20/20. It's fine. I have no mem. Oh, okay, I remember this place now. I was about to say I have no memory of this place. I'm happy we're going back to a lot of old places and getting to explore them again. I really do appreciate this. What's over here? Nothing. Ugh. I'm playing like absolute ass right now. It's fine. I see. Now I'll take the refill. Ugh. That's one. Ah, shit. That's one. That's two. Fuck it. We dive. Oh, I'm all the way out here? Whack. Okay. Yep, just beat him with a shovel. Sometimes that's just the solution. Oh shit, there's a different squad in here. Oh, I've screwed myself so hard. Oh, are you kidding me? We're not done yet? Okay. Well. Hey, buddy. Catch. He survived. You know what? That was well worth my troubles.
Cache secured. Good work.
Nice. Reclaim bunker of Triglav. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yep. Oh, there's a whole nother side of it. Miraculous. Astounding. Hilarious, even. Just taste the rainbow. Got it. Nope. Not today. Oh, okay. There's a hidden path here. Got it. Okay. Another one? Miraculous. Astounding. Hilarious, even.
We've lined up the coordinates to your next LZ.
So many schematics were lost in the collapse. I can't wait to take that apart.
Huh. Yep. This is definitely on me for trying to run it at a higher level. Happens. That's okay. I can tell you more of what you seek. With extra glimmer, I will speak. They await payment and are disappointed. No matter. I am feeling lonely today. Keep speaking to me, and you won't need to pay. Siva built a civilization, all a civilization could need. A paracausal satellite fuels Maya's greed. Interesting. Alright, to the next zone. Damn. And I'm supposed to clear this in 30 minutes on Master? That's wild. I mean, with a full team,
Enemy
of
gaffer
course.
spotted. Shut them down and get out of there.
Putrid Centurion. Oh. Oh, this is gonna take me a hot minute to do. Oh, that's a fuckload of them. Yep, this is what I get. Alright, this is where the fun begins. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna have to chip at this. Why are you running? Oh. Okay, cool. I think I got this. Just needed to get my combat groove going. It's been a minute since I played Hunter. Damn it. Okay. Cool. Defeat the Sentinel. So it seems play out in this little drama. But not lie back, wait for belly rubs from their pawns. The drifter Aina would never take this line down. Interesting. Here we go. Let's clean house a little bit. Back it up. I do appreciate that they are giving us the Rise of Iron soundtrack here. That is such a nice touch. With a little bit of some Cabal twist to it. Nice. That's really good. Got him. Okay.
All these relics remind me what a powerhouse of invention this place once was.
Thanks a little bit to your family, the Brays.
Do you think humans might resettle here one day?
Earth belonged to humanity. It will again, with the Guardian leading the way. But we might have to change name from Plaguelands first.
Alright, that was rough. But you know what? It was just because it was my first try at it. Monument to Seasons Past. Your seasonal archive is here. This seasonal archive is the to unlock and written rewards from seasons and reward passes. Rewards are recorded with chronologues. A new item available from the current rewards pass for all players. Beautiful. Good. Now what? The event reward. Oh yeah. New rewards pass. Cool. Nice, and I can start earning the new armor. Cool. Good. Thank you, Bungie. I appreciate that. Complete daily challenge from the territories and reclaim event home. Alright. I think that's something I'm gonna have to do for when I do come back. Oh! This was the main mission here. I see. Well, let's go do that first. And then we'll thing. So there's your look into Ash and Iron, what the main gameplay mode is gonna be like. But for some timey-wimey wobbly stuff, you know, interdimensional travel stuff, let's get the story started. And so for posterity's sake, I'm getting a new recording started. I jumped into Ash and Iron the wrong way. So let's jump into it the right way. With the intro sequence. So let's go do that, and then we'll wrap up stream.
Coral Vex, more of Maya's goons. They're taking salvaged FOTC tech.
Worse, they're already in the tower. Only Night Watch available to respond.
I'm afraid that's correct. Maya's tactics are evolving. I'm in the EDZ now, investigating a lead that might explain things. But I'll need you to defend the tower while I get some answers.
Those Vex are tossing our caches onto multiple transmat routes out of the city.
Golden Age salvage?
With Rasputin gone, scout teams have been searching for artifacts to reinforce city defenses. I've been collecting Warmind hardware, pointing it at gaps in our security. We should have been able to see this coming. They completely blindsided us. Warsat surveillance is gone, but how did they get this far without an alert?
It's a swarm unit. Make every shot count, my friend.
I doubt this is over. I checked the caches. The Vex were stealing Warmind tech from us. This unit has a call sign dating back to the Red War. Gaul's elite. They were here the day the tower fell.
They're wearing devices. The yoke of control. Maya Sundresh, the conductor, controls this legion.
That's impossible. Something isn't right.
Vex working in coordination with the Red Legion. Maya's influence grows with the day.
She has access to the entire Vex network. She must have found another timeline where the Red Legion are still around and yanked them into ours.
Good work. I knew the city could count on you.
This was just a smash and grab. What is Maya looking for?
They want what the Conductor has always wanted. To usher a new golden age of her own design. Now with the Legion and the Vex. I'm no friend of the Red Legion, though I pity them to come under Maya's thrall.
Okay, and there you have it. There's the intro to Ash and Iron. Of how the Vex got back into the city. And how we're fighting the Red Legion all over again. I can deal with it. I can deal with that. That's fine. Alright, with that, that's going to wrap up the recording. That's going to wrap up the stream. So if you want to see more of this, you know what to do. You know where to find us. You know how to find us. But until then, have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Shadow of Gaming, signing out. Let's go find a raid target. Who else is streaming right now? Some Destiny. Let's go raid Sammy Cat. She's always like doing the bow challenges. So yeah, let's go see. Let's go see how she's handling. /raid Sammy Cat. Okay, cool.